हेलो एवरीवन, आप सभी का स्वागत है ग्लोबल ऑनलाइन प्लेटफॉर्म के ऊपर। आज के इस सेशन में हम मैथमेटिकल रीजनिंग से जो टॉपिक देखने वाले हैं दैट इज़ डायरेक्शन सेंस। दिस इज़ द लेक्चर नंबर 1 ऑफ मैथमेटिकल रीजनिंग। ये लेक्चर हम पूरा बेसिक टू एडवांस लेवल तक देखने वाले हैं और इसी लेक्चर के अंदर मैं आपको अलग अलग टिप्स और ट्रिक्स यहाँ पे शेयर करने वाली हूँ। सो विदाउट एनी फर्दर ड्यू लेक्चर को स्टार्ट करते हैं। लेक्चर में आगे बढ़ने से पहले यहाँ पे मैं आपको पेपर 1 के कंप्लीट कोर्स के बारे में इंफॉर्मेशन प्रोवाइड करना चाहती हूँ। अगर आप फर्स्ट गो के अंदर एग्ज़ाम को क्वालिफाई करना चाह रहे हो तो यहाँ पे पेपर 1 में 80+ लाना बहुत ही ज़्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है। और इसी प्रेपरेशन को ध्यान में रखते हुए यहाँ पे ग्लोबल ऑनलाइन एप्लीकेशन आप सभी के लिए कंप्लीट कोर्स लेकर आया है, जिसके अंदर आपको डेली लाइव लेक्चर्स के द्वारा हम आपका पूरा सिलेबस जो है कवर करवाएंगे। 15 डेज़ की यहाँ पे हम न्यू बैच जो है लेकर आए हैं। इसके साथ साथ दोस्तों आपको यहाँ पे टॉपिक वाइज एमसीक्यू की प्रैक्टिस भी हम करवाएंगे। नॉट ओनली जस्ट PYQs, डिफरेंट डिफरेंट MCQs अलग अलग टॉपिक से हम आपको यहाँ पे प्रैक्टिस करवाने वाले हैं। उसी के साथ साथ आपको यहाँ पे 30 मॉक टेस्ट भी प्रोवाइड किए जाएंगे हिंदी एज वेल एज इंग्लिश लैंग्वेज के अंदर, जो कि आपको एग्जाम से पहले जो है सॉल्व करना है यहाँ पे। उसी के साथ साथ दोस्तों 2000+ का एक MCQ का एक क्वेश्चन बैंक, जिसके अंदर ना ही सिर्फ PYQs मिलेंगे आपको, उसी के साथ साथ मोस्ट रिपीटेड हाईली एक्सपेक्टेड क्वेश्चन जो कि एग्जाम में डायरेक्टली पूछे जा सकते हैं। स्टूडेंट्स जो फीस है ओरिजिनल इसकी 3000 रुपीज़ है, बट फिलहाल इसके ऊपर 50% का डिस्काउंट चल रहा है। सो आफ्टर डिस्काउंट योर फीस विल बी 1500 ओनली। नीचे दिए हुए व्हाट्सएप नंबर के द्वारा आपको कांटेक्ट करना है कोर्स के एनरोलमेंट के लिए। उसी के साथ साथ आप ग्लोबल ऑनलाइन एप्लीकेशन के द्वारा भी एनरोलमेंट कर सकते हैं। एप्लीकेशन आपको इंस्टॉल करना है फ्रॉम द गूगल प्ले स्टोर। ओपन कीजिए, कुछ इस टाइप का इंटरफेस मिलेगा। इसके अंदर स्टोर नाम के आइकन के ऊपर क्लिक करने के बाद माई कोर्सेज पेज में आपको यहाँ पे असम टाइप करना है। असम टाइप करने के बाद नीचे कोर्स आपको डिस्प्ले हो जाएगा। ओवरव्यू कुछ इस टाइप का मिल जाएगा स्टूडेंट। कंटेंट में जाने के बाद आपको यहाँ पे वीडियोस मिल जाएंगे डिटेल कोर्स के, जो इंपॉर्टेंट है एग्जाम पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू। उसी के साथ साथ इसी के अंदर स्टूडेंट आपको 2000 MCQs भी मिल जाएंगे। सो यस, नीचे दिए हुए व्हाट्सएप नंबर के द्वारा अगर कोई क्वेरी है तो आप वहाँ पे पूछ सकते हैं। Let's begin with the lecture now, where we'll be talking about the topic named as the direction sense. Okay, so whenever we talk about direction sense topic, okay, some of the basic concepts are very much necessary. Okay, just give me a minute please. Yes, so whenever I say about direction sense, some typical type of questions have been usually asked in the examination of UGC. Okay, so the type 1 of the question that I would like to take today is mostly that has been maximum times asked in the examination, that is what is the person right now facing, or in which direction a person is currently facing, is the first type of question. Okay, the second type of the question is in which direction the person is facing and how much is the distance between the starting point and the end point. Okay, these are the two main type of or main category of the questions that can be directly asked in the examination. Okay, so to understand this particular question need to be solved over here. Okay, so before solving this question, simple thing I would like to explain that what things are necessary to solve this question, that is what are the basic necessities to solve this question. Point number 1 to be noted, that you must have understanding or a basic understanding about the directions. Okay, point number 1. So there are basically 4 primary directions, everyone knows that. Still I would like to explain that there are 4 primary direction. Everyone knows that north direction, this is the east direction, this one is the west, and this is the south direction. These are the 4 directions, right? These are the 4 primary directions. Point number 1, I hope it is clear. Point number 2, okay, that there are again 4 secondary directions which are very much important with respect to the solving question. Okay, so yes, here north direction, east, west and south, these are the primary, right? And the secondary are one which are lying between them, that is a point between north and east is called as a location which is lying between the northeast direction. Similarly, any point between south and east is located or it is designated as the southeast direction. Okay, similarly a point which belongs
in between the south and west is considered to belong to the southwest direction. Similarly, in between north and west, the point is considered to be in the northwest direction. So these are the four secondary direction: northwest, northeast, southwest and southeast. Okay, so based upon this data we are going to solve the question. Other than this, now the second thing that you have to understand is, these were the two important things, basic things that I have explained you, primary directions and secondary directions. Please do take screenshot of this. Okay, other than this, you have to understand a concept where a person is facing north side. Okay, case number one. When a person is facing north side, always remember whenever they have given in question that, for example, a person is facing north side. So what are you going to do? Paper is in your hand, right? You're solving the paper, and in the paper they have directly given that a person is facing north side. So always consider yourself at his place. It means whenever they are saying that a person is facing north side, it means your right hand is going to be that person's right hand. Okay, and your left hand is going to be that person's left hand. In case of what? A person facing north. Person facing north direction. Okay, what is the scenario? You just have to consider yourself in that condition, that you're holding the paper in your hand, your right hand is going to be that person's right hand, your left hand is going to be that particular person's left hand. Okay, I hope this is clear. Case number 2. In case number 2, you have to understand that when a person is facing south, which is his right direction and which one is his left direction. Okay, so here in case of south, it is exactly opposite to that of north direction. It means, once again I would like to give the same example. You're holding the paper in your hand, you have to consider yourself over there. Okay, but in case of south, if they have given that a person is facing south, it means here you have to consider the opposite direction. It means your right hand will be that person's left hand and your left hand will be that person's right hand or the right hand side. Okay, these are the two conditions. Whenever they are saying that a person is facing north, assign your right hand and the left hand to that person. Okay, and they are saying that person is facing south direction, assign the alternate sides of your own. Okay, it means your right hand will be that person's left hand, your left hand will be that person's right hand. Okay, vice versa in case of north condition. Now this is the two conditions which are usually are important in case of exam point of view, as well as I would like to tell that it is important in shadow concept as well. Okay, so here the second thing that you have to keep in mind is, what if a person is facing in the east direction or the person is facing in the west direction? Please note, these things are very much important. Okay, this is very much important to solve the questions of direction sense. At the same time, if you are the student who are not able to understand the English medium, okay, or the English language, you can attend my Hindi medium lectures as well. Okay, they are already uploaded in the playlist. They are not actually live, but English medium classes are conducted live from today onwards itself. Okay, so if you are not comfortable with the English language, you can attend my Hindi series as well, which is uploaded in the playlist. Okay, now look here. When a person is facing in the east direction, this is the east direction. For example, the person is facing in such a way. Okay, consider yourself as if you have moved to the east direction. Okay, so here the downward side is going to be your right hand side. Okay, and the upward side is going to be your left hand side. Please make a note of this, because these four cases are very much important. Case number 1, when a person is facing north, you have to consider yourself. Okay, in case number 2, when a person is facing south, you have to give the alternate sides as considered in the north direction. Okay, when a person is facing in the east direction, consider yourself as if you have moved in the east direction. Your left hand side is upwards and your right hand side is downwards. Similarly, in case of west condition, a person is facing in the west side. Okay, at that time the sides are going to alter in such a way that your right hand side will go upwards and your left hand side will remain downwards. Okay, so these are the 4 cases or the scenario that we are going to use in the question. I hope you have understood what are the primary directions, what are the secondary directions, as well as these 4 cases. Based on this, now we are going to solve the question number 4 over here. Okay, as well as in question number 4, 2 types of question can be asked. I'll explain you in which condition. First, let us try to understand what question they have given here. A man walks 5 kilometers towards south and turns right. After walking 3 kilometers, he turns to the left and walks for 5 kilometers. Question is, now in which direction he is from the starting place? Okay, this statement is very much important. He is from the starting place. This is the keyword that you have to pick up first. Point number 1, what you have to do over here is, always remember whenever they ask you the questions about direction sense, right, you have to draw this diagram, okay, which denotes the directions, okay, to just give a accuracy to your question. Okay, now what the person is doing, person is walking 5 kilometers towards the south. So let us consider this is his starting point. Okay, I'll denote it as SP. It means the starting point of that person. Now he is moving downwards. It means he is moving in the south direction. And as per the diagram, south direction, it means he is going downwards for 5 kilometers. So let us consider this is as 5 kilometer. Okay, now he's turning to the right. Right now I have explained you the case where a person was facing south. Okay, his right hand, it means it is going to be our left hand. Okay, in case of south, his left hand will be our right hand. Like, try to understand this. So now from this point, the person is going to turn right. It means this is going to be his right hand side. Got it? Try to understand, these conditions are very much important. That is the reason I have explained you first. Okay, so now he is turning to the right direction. Now after turning right, he had walked for 3 kilometers. So let us consider this to be 3 kilometers. After walking 3 kilometers, he again turned left. Now this is the west direction. This is the west direction as per the diagram. Okay, as per the diagram, this is the west direction, and in case of west direction, we have understood that left direction is going to be the downwards direction in the cases already discussed. Okay, so again he is going to walk after turning left for 5 kilometers. I hope you have understood till here. What did he do? First, he walked downwards, that is in the south direction for 5 kilometers. After walking 5 kilometers, he has taken a right turn. Okay, whenever a person is facing south, his right turn, it means it is going to be our left turn. So I have taken a left turn over here, right? Then he walked for 3 kilometers. After walking for 3 kilometers, again he turned to left direction. Left in case of west, it means it is going to be in the downward direction. Okay, now what they have asked is, now in which direction he is from the starting place. So I'll just remove this statement for some time. Okay, I'll ask the question instead of this statement as, in which direction he is facing right now. In which direction the person is facing right now. This is the first question that I want to place over here. In which direction the person is facing right now. Facing right now. Okay, this is the first type of question, or the first category of question that can be asked. Okay, you have to clearly understand that right now the person is moving downwards. It means he is moving in which direction? As per this reference diagram, he is moving downwards. It means he is facing to the south direction. He is facing the south direction. So answer for this particular question would be south. Okay, but now this question has been asked in such a manner that in which direction he is from the starting place. It means starting place has to be considered as a reference point. We have to consider the starting place as the reference point over here. So whenever they are giving such keywords in the statements, that is in which direction the person is facing from the starting place or with respect to the starting place, or they can even insert such a point that with reference to starting place. Then what you have to do over here is you have to draw this cardial diagram or the diagram showing directions on starting point. Why on starting point? Because they are considering or they are telling us to find the direction with respect to the starting place. So whichever point they are asking us to keep as the reference point, okay, so always draw this diagram on that particular reference point whichever they have asked in the statement or in the question. Okay, now they have asked us to find the endpoint direction. This is the endpoint, right, or the person facing with respect to the starting point. So this is the north direction, this is east, this is west, and this is the south direction. So based upon this particular diagram, we can say that somewhere in between south or west, south and the west direction, the endpoint is lying. Hence the person is in the southwest direction with respect to that of the starting point. So answer for this question will be southwest, not south. So I hope you have understood the difference between this question which I have given and the question that they have asked us. Okay, so these are the two types of questions that can be asked in the examination, and this is very much important as an exam point of view. Okay, so two type of questions can be asked. That is, one, the person in which direction he is facing right now. Okay, point number one. And point number two, that the question that can be asked is with respect to the starting point, with reference to the starting point, the person is in which direction. So this is the another type of question. I hope you have understood this type. So let me know in the comment section if you have any kind of doubt. Everyone in the comment section, please let me know if you have any kind of doubt. Otherwise I'll move forward. Okay, so these are the two category of questions, and this category is very much important. Okay, again I'm highlighting this point that this is very much important. Nextly, the next thing that you have to understand here is the Pythagoras theorem. Ma'am, the question is actually the chapter is actually based upon the direction. Then why Pythagoras theorem is important over here? Pythagoras theorem is important when they ask you to find the shortest distance one second, to find the shortest distance. Please make the note of these particular statements, because these statements are going to be directly asked in the examination. To find the shortest distance between starting point and end point, between starting point and end point and end point. Once again, if you are not comfortable with the English language, okay, Hindi language series has already been launched. You can go and watch it from the playlist. And Hindi medium videos are uploaded every day at 11 in the morning. And for the English medium students who want to join the English medium series, they can watch me live every day, each and every day, from Monday to Saturday at 6 p.m. in the evening. Okay, so now this is the second category of the question that can be asked, that is to find the shortest distance between the starting point or the end point. Instead of shortest distance, the keyword that they can use is the minimum distance. They will ask you to find the minimum distance between the starting point or the end point. Okay, shortest distance between the starting point, end point, minimum distance between the end point and the starting point. In such a manner they can clearly ask you. Okay, so I'll give you one example for this particular category. For example, there is one boy, okay, named as X boy. Okay, now he has started his journey and he moved in the east direction. For example, we'll consider this diagram as the reference one, as we have already used it in the previous question as well. So look here, for example, he started his journey from X point to X point in the east direction. Okay, he has started his journey from the point X. Okay, and he's moving in the east direction. After moving for a particular period, that is for example for 4 kilometers, he then took a turn where he started moving in the south direction. It means downward direction. For example, this is 8 kilometers. Okay. Now, here clearly they will ask you to find the distance between the starting point or end point. At that time, what you have to do here is you have to understand that always remember when they will tell you to find the shortest distance, make one thing sure that you are going to join the starting point and the end point, no matter what. Okay, you are going to join these particular 2 points when they ask you to find the distance. Okay, so what you'll do here, will join this particular 2 points from this diagram. Okay, so here you can clearly understand that one form of triangle is formed here, where one side we are getting 4 kilometer, the other side is 8 kilometer, and the other side, okay, which they are asking us to find, or we can say this is the distance between the starting point and the end point. I have named certain points where AB is one side, BC is the other side, and we have to find the AC side. Okay, so in such condition, when they ask you to find the shortest distance between the starting point and the end point, or the minimum distance, we are going to use the Pythagoras theorem. And to understand what is Pythagoras theorem, you have to go through this theorem once, okay, and then you will be able to apply the theorem. So yes, let us understand the Pythagoras theorem once. Look here clearly. For example, I'll give you one triangle. Okay, let me connect these 3 points over here. Please, you can interact with me in the comment section if you have any kind of doubt. Okay, so look here now, this is triangle ABC. This is triangle ABC. In this particular triangle, the side AB, look here, the side AB is basically the height or altitude of the triangle. This is the height or altitude of the triangle. Side BC is called as the base of the triangle. This is called as the base of the triangle. And the side AC is called as hypotenuse. Okay, this is called as hypotenuse. Okay, side AB is the height or the altitude. Side BC is called as the base, and the side AC is called as hypotenuse. So what does the Pythagoras theorem talks about? Pythagoras theorem says that AC square is equal to AB square plus BC square. It means AC square, it means hypotenuse square is equal to the base square plus height square. This is what Pythagoras theorem is about. We can even write it in the form that is AC is equal to, if I'll take square root on both the sides, taking square root on both sides, I can write this as AC is equal to under root of AB ka square plus BC ka square. So this is very much important, friends. This is very much important whenever you are solving the question that is to find out the shortest distance between the starting point and the end point. I hope it is cleared now. I hope it is cleared that what is height, what is altitude, base, hypotenuse, what is Pythagoras theorem. Pythagoras theorem clearly states that the hypotenuse square is equals to the base square plus height square, and it can be also written as AC is equal to under root of AB square plus BC square. So I'll apply this Pythagoras theorem to the same concept or the same example that I have earlier explained you. Just take a screenshot of this, then I'll move to the example. I hope you have taken the screenshot. Okay, so now look at the application of it. This is the application. Okay, now same example, or let us consider a girl named as Radhika. Okay, she is moving from a particular point named as A. Okay, this is the girl who is moving from point. Okay, Okay, this is the starting point. Okay, this is her house, for example, and from her house she is moving 5 kilometers towards east direction. Now I hope you are able to understand which is the east direction, north direction, south and west. Still, I'll give you the reference diagram. So she's moving in the east direction, and she moved for almost, for example, 4 kilometers. Okay, after moving 4 kilometers, now she started her journey to move in the south direction, and she moved for almost, for example, 3 kilometers. Okay, now they will ask you to find out the shortest distance between this point, starting point, and the end point. So clearly what you're going to do over here is join these 2 points. What I have said you, step number 1, you have to join these 2 points. Always in any question, whenever they're asking us to find the shortest distance, minimum distance, just apply this concept where you're joining the starting point and the end point. Okay, so here we can clearly see one triangle is formed. Let us consider this triangle as triangle A, B and C. Basically this is a quite ulta triangle, we can say. Okay, so looking at the triangle, we can clearly say that side AC is the hypotenuse. Side CB, which is 4 kilometers, this is the base of the triangle ABC. Okay, and side AB, which is equal to 3 kilometers, this is the height or the altitude of the triangle. I hope this is clear. 3 points are clear. Right now we have seen the Pythagoras theorem, where we have understood that AC square is equals to AB square plus BC square. It can be also written as AC is equal to under root of AB square plus BC square. There is no need of writing this always. You can clearly understand, or you can clearly put the values in the formula if we know the theorem. Okay, so what is AC? We don't know. We have to find AC, so I'll keep it as it is. I know the value of AB. Value of AB is what? 3 kilometers. I'll take 3 ka square over here, and BC, the value of BC is 4 kilometer. I'll take 4 square. Okay, what is 3 square? 3 square is under root as it is. Okay, 3 square is 9 plus 4 square is 16. So the value of 9 plus 16 will give me under root of 25. Okay, so we know what is the root under root of 25. The value of under root of 25 is equal to 5. So the value of AC is going to be 5 over here. I hope you have understood how we have find the value of AC. In today's lecture we'll be going in reverse manner. Okay, we'll going in reverse manner. I hope you have attended yesterday's lecture. So if you have not attended yesterday's lecture, please do watch the recording from the playlist. Okay, so let's start the this question. Okay, a man walks 5 kilometers towards the south and he's taking the right turn. After walking 3 kilometers, he is turning to the left and walks for 5 kilometers. In which direction he is from the starting place? Okay, a man is walking in the south direction. A man is walking in the south direction. For example, let us consider these directions: north, east, west and south. For the reference for drawing the diagram over here, let us consider this as the starting point. And man is walking 5 kilometers in the south direction. He is walking in south direction. It means as per this reference diagram, he is going to move in the downwards direction. Okay, so let us consider he is moving in such a direction, 5 kilometers. Now he is moving in the 5 kilometers downward south direction. Now he is turning right. We have already yesterday explained you one thing. I have explained that whenever a person is facing towards south direction, at that time his right hand is going to be our left hand. Okay, and his left hand is our right hand. So hence from this we can conclude that he is moving in the right direction. It means he is going to move in this particular direction, which is the left direction for we guys. Okay, now he is going to walk for 3 kilometers over here. Now after walking for the 3 kilometers, he is again going to turn in the left direction. He will turn in the left direction. It means for this particular person, the left direction is going to be west. This particular person, the direction currently which he is facing right now, yes, currently which he is facing right now is in the west direction. Yes, Pranab Mukherjee, yes, Pranab. ठीक है, अभी देखना यहाँ पे वी हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड दैट ही इज मूविंग इन द वेस्ट डिरेक्शन. सो आफ्टर मूविंग in the west direction he will turn to left. He's going to turn to left. It means already explained in the previous lecture, when a person is moving in the west, the right direction is the upward direction and the left direction is the downwards direction for the person facing left. Okay, so hence this person is moving now in the left direction. It means he will go downwards again for 5 kilometers. So this was the starting point, this is the end point. Question number 1. Okay, now in which direction he is from the starting place? From the starting place he is in which direction, they are asking. So I have told you previously in the previous lecture that whenever they are asking us simply in which direction he is facing, question number 1 or the question type 1, in which direction the person is facing, the person is facing, at that time answer would be, what would be the answer? Now the person is facing somewhere in this downward direction, and as per the reference diagram the downward direction is the south direction. Yes, so the person will be facing south. South would be the answer for this question which I have written over here. Okay, but the question that they have asked here is in which direction he is from the starting place. So tell me the answer. Yes, Pranab, tell me the answer. All the students who are live, tell me the answer in the comment section. What would be the answer for this given question? So you can let me know the answer in the comment section. It is simple. I have told you earlier that whenever we are finding the direction with reference to the starting point, or considering or keeping in mind the starting point, at that time we are going to draw this reference diagram on starting point or on the point whichever they have asked in the question. Okay, so they are asking the question, they are asking the direction with reference to the starting place, hence I have drawn this diagram on the starting point. Okay, no, south is not the answer. South is not the answer. यहाँ पे आपको समझना है that south is not the answer. Why? Because आपको starting place से पूछा है. That is the reason. Okay, they have asked us to find the direction with respect to starting place. If they have asked us simply which direction he is facing or in which direction he is currently right now, that time answer would be south. But they are asking us the direction compared to the starting point. Okay, simply if you have to say in Hindi, तो starting point की तुलना में आपको direction पूछा गया है. This is the reason. Okay, hence the answer will be changed over here. Let us check what will be the answer. Now let us draw this reference diagram. So as per the reference diagram, this is the end point. Yes, this is the end point. So the end point is lying between, somewhere between the south direction and the west direction. Look here, the end point is lying between the south and the west direction, somewhere here. Yes, so yes, the answer will be southwest direction. As we have seen earlier, this is the secondary type of directions, right? Southwest direction is the type of secondary directions. So southwest will be the answer for the given question. I hope this is clear now. Option number 4 will be the correct answer for the given question. Is it clear now? Yes, is it clear? Okay. Now, after this, let us solve this question. Question number 2. Y is in the east of X, which is to the north of Z. Okay, is it clear? Is it crystal clear, everyone in the comment section? Please, if it is not clear, I'll give you one more example. Okay, let us take some more examples for the question, because this is a type of question which is obviously asked in the examinations, okay, of your examination. Okay, one more question on this, based on this. Okay, for example, I am telling you that a person, let us draw first the reference diagram based upon which we usually solve the question, right? This is the north direction, this is east direction, this is west, and this is the south direction. Okay, so now based on this I'm telling you that suppose this is a person named Namita. Okay, Namita is walking towards east direction. Okay, she's walking towards east direction, for example, for 10 kilometers. So after walking for 10 kilometers, now after walking for 10 kilometers, she is moving in the south direction. South direction as per the diagram is the downward direction. Okay, so we'll take this downward turn. Again she is walking for 10 kilometers. Okay, after walking for 10 kilometers, she is turning to right. Everyone, all the students should let me know in the comment section. So tell me, Namita is moving now from this particular point. She is moving to the right direction. Tell me which is the right direction. This is the right direction or the point B? Option A is the right direction or B is the right direction? Tell me in the comment section, everyone. 7 students are live. Namita was moving in the south direction. It means she is facing the south direction. Point number 1 cleared. Okay, now in this particular situation she has to move to the right direction of hers. So tell me, right hand side of Namita is option A या option B? Tell me everyone in the comment section. Everyone, we have already discussed in our previous classes, okay, of direction sense, that whenever we are talking about a person who is facing south, for example this is person who is moving in the south direction, so we have seen that our right hand is going to be that person's left hand. This is our right hand, right? This is our right hand, but for this person this is going to be the left hand. Okay, this is our left hand, right? But for the person who is facing south, this is going to be the right hand. Good, yes, B is the right direction. Why? Because she is moving to the right. She is facing south. Point number 1, she is facing south. And after facing south, now she has to turn to the right. It means she is going to turn actually to the left direction, right? So option number B is the correct. I'll rub this out. Few more questions I will ask you. Everyone should be active in the comment section. Okay. Tell me now she is moving to the right direction. Let us consider this to be 10 kilometers. Again 10 kilometer. Okay. So as per the diagram, she moved basically to the west direction. Okay, here. So this is the starting point, S, P, Q, R. So can you tell me the distance between the starting and the end point? Can you tell me the distance between the starting point and end point? Everyone in the comment section, 7 students are live. Can you tell me the distance between the starting and the end point, everyone? It is simple. It is very much simple. As we know, the distance between S and P is 10 kilometers. Okay. Similarly, distance between P and Q over here is again 10 kilometers. This is 10 kilometers. Again, the thing that we have encountered over here is the distance between RQ is also 10 kilometers. Right? This is a simple question. Yes, Jyoti, very good. Here we have what we have to find, the distance between the starting point and end point. So I have connected these 2 points. This was the starting point and end point. So this distance is going to be equivalent to the opposite direction, that is SQ will be equal to PQ. Now we know PQ is 10 kilometers, so SQ will be also equal to 10 kilometers. Should I ask you few more questions? Yes, should I ask you few more questions based on this concept? Okay, now one more question. Yes, let's solve this now. This is north, east, west and south. I am always drawing this for your convenience. So you must remember one thing, that if I am drawing this for your convenience, then you also have to draw in your examination to solve the question with 100% accuracy. Okay, now example number 1. Let us consider this is a person. Okay, person named R or Radhika, for example. This is Radhika. Now Radhika started moving in the south direction. Everyone should be active now in the comment section. She is moving in the south direction. Okay. Now after moving in the south direction, yes, Jyoti, everyone should answer the question. Pranab, everyone. Okay. She is moving in the south direction. Now she is going to take the left turn. So tell me whether the left turn for Radhika is option A या option B. Everyone in the comment section. Radhika was moving in the south. Now I asked her to move in the left direction of her. So tell me, yes, Indu, tell me option A is the left direction for Radhika or option B is the left direction for Radhika. Always remember, whenever a person is facing south, our right direction is the left direction for that person and our left is the right for that person. So as per you are facing the screen, okay, and as per me writing on the screen, for me this is the right hand side. So obviously this will be going to be the left hand side for Radhika. So Radhika is going to move in this direction. Very good, everyone. Pranab, Jyoti, yes. Indu, try to give the answers, everyone, please. Very good. A is the left direction for Radhika. This is the right for us but left for Radhika. Okay. Now I'm asking her, now in which direction she is facing as per the reference diagram. Just focus on the reference diagram simultaneously. Now she is focusing on this particular direction. It means as per the reference diagram she is in the east. Okay. Now, yes, everyone in the comment section tell me, now from this point I'm asking her to move to the left. So tell me which is the left direction for Radhika. Okay, I'll point this as X direction, which is upwards, and the downward direction as Y. So tell me which is the left direction for Radhika. Option X is right or option Y is right, everyone in the comment section. Left direction for Radhika, we have already discussed. Whenever a person is facing in the east direction, okay, consider yourself, always do one thing, okay, whenever you're writing the paper, no, so just turn yourself to the east. Do not turn actually, just imagine, okay, just you have to imagine one thing, upwards. Okay, let's see, upwards or downwards. Okay, whenever a person is moving in the east direction, okay, the left hand side is the upward side and the right hand side is the downward side. If I ask her to move in the left direction, it means I'm telling her to move in the upwards direction. I'm asking her to move in the upward direction. Is it crystal clear now? Now, two types of questions can be asked based on this. Is it crystal clear, everyone? Everyone. Indu, I just asked you left or right, okay? Now the question number 1 that can be asked in the examination is, tell in which direction Radhika is facing. Yes, I hope now you will be able to solve this. In which direction Radhika is facing? Question number 1. Question number 2, in which direction Radhika is facing with reference to or with respect to WRT. I'll write this as WRT, that is with respect to starting point. Tell me the answer, everyone. Tell me the answer of question number 1 as well as question number 2. Specifically, you have to mention question number 1. Tell me in which direction Radhika is facing currently. In which direction Radhika is facing. So remember always one thing, at that time, whenever I am asking you this question, okay, don't consider this reference diagram, like you just imagine. Here's question number 1. North, very good. Jyoti, very good. Yes, Pranam, very good. You have to understand that when they are asking you, yes, there is difference between two questions. For the students who are not able to understand, please focus now whatever to the words I am telling you. Okay. So the question number one that they can directly ask is, in which direction is the Radhika facing now? Okay. Only when they are asking us about the direction in which she is facing, okay, they have not given any reference point. At that time, what you have to do, you can directly draw the diagram on this. You can draw a diagram on this point, directly on this point. That is, this is the north direction, this is the east direction, this was the west, and this is the south direction. And Radhika was facing somewhere here upwards, right? So she is facing in the north direction. Point number one, is it clear? Type crystal clear in the comment section. Type crystal clear in the comment section. Is it clear that Radhika is facing north? Now Radhika is facing north. When they are asking us in which direction she is facing, what you will do at that time, you just simply draw this reference diagram or the cardinal direction diagram wherever she is standing currently. At that place only you have to draw this diagram. But when they are talking about a reference point, as if in the question number 2 that I have asked you, that in which direction Radhika is facing with reference to the starting point or with respect to the starting point. So this is the question where your answer is going to change. Okay, at that time, whenever they have given you the reference point, okay, or whenever they have specified the reference point, at that time you have to draw this diagram on that particular point. Okay, now they have asked us with respect to the starting point, so this was the starting point, so I'll draw this diagram on the starting point. Mark my words, if you're following these particular steps, your answer is never going to be wrong. Okay, so if we look at this starting point or keeping in mind this as the reference point, we can clearly see Radhika is somewhere over here. She's somewhere over here. Are you able to see the diagram? She's somewhere over here. It means with respect to starting point, she is in the east direction. She is in the east direction of the starting point. Is it crystal clear? Is it crystal clear? Everyone in the comment section, please. I'll ask you the question based upon the reference point and the facing wale question some more, because this concept is very much important. It is very much important. Okay, for example, one more question, one more concept, or one more question you can say. I'll draw diagrams. For example, this is the starting point, point number A. This is point number B. This is point number C. This is point number D. For example, I'm saying that A is the starting point of the journey. We are moving from A to B, from B to C, from C to D, and D is our end point. D is our end point. So tell me, answer of question number 1. I'm asking you question 1, that tell me in which direction at the end of the journey the person is facing. Question is, in which direction the person is facing at end of journey. At end of journey. In which direction he is facing? At the end of journey. Every day, Pranabji, every day the lecture is at 6 in the evening. Okay, and if you want to watch the Hindi series as well, if you are comfortable with Hindi language, then you can simultaneously watch my Hindi videos as well, which are uploaded 11 in the morning, 11 am. Okay, Indu, I'm not able to understand what you're talking about, the 10 kilometers. I'm not asking you the kilometers, neither even I have not mentioned the distance. Okay, so maybe the streaming is going or it may be lagging for you. East direction, yes. In which in which direction the person is facing currently, what, or we can say the person at the end of journey is facing in the which direction. If they're asking you, it means at end point you have to draw this diagram. Always remember one thing, even if you have got pro at this direction sense, okay, it means now you are able to understand that this is the north direction, this is the east, west and south. Never do that thing, okay, that you are doing all the calculation or all the sorting in your mind. Don't do that. Always remember one thing, for the 100% accuracy, or I'll give you one example. Instead of solving 10 out of 10 questions, what one person can do is solve 8 out of 10 questions. Why? Because I think the accuracy is much important than solving the amount of questions. Okay, so instead of going 10 out of 10, you can go slowly, steadily, but solve 8 questions. What if you have solved 10 questions, but out of 10 questions only 6 questions are accurate, 6 questions were only right, 4 questions went wrong? That is not important. Okay, what is important? Your accuracy is important. If you have solved only 8 questions, only 9 questions out of 10, but all them were accurate, then that is much useful, right, for scoring maximum. So this is the strategy for even, I'll tell you, direction sense, where you have to draw the reference diagram always beside your question, okay. So now I have asked you the question number 1, where I was talking about where the person is facing at the end of the journey, and the person was facing somewhere in this direction. It means he was facing in the east direction. So the east was answer for this given question, and students have given the right answer. Good one. Now question number 2, tell me in which direction, now look at my words, in which direction the person is facing at the end of journey with respect to point B. With respect to point B, in which direction the person is facing at end of journey. Now we know the person was facing at east, in the east direction, sorry. He was facing in the east direction, but it was with respect to the end point only. But now the reference point has changed. Now the reference point is B. So tell me the answer. Tell me the answer. What should be the answer? Or where do we have to draw this particular reference diagram? Can you tell me? It is very simple again. They have asked you the direction of the person at the end of journey again. Okay? It means somewhere the person is in this direction. We know that he's in the east direction somewhere. But now the reference point has changed. We have to keep in mind. Now the reference point is point number B. Point number B is the reference point. So, whichever point they have given you as the reference point, you have to draw this diagram on it. This is the north direction for the reference point. This is the east. This is west and this is south. But we have to find the person's direction as per this reference point. So somewhere the person is lying between here. Where? Between south and east. So the answer for this question, yes, many students are giving wrong answers now. South is not the answer. Southeast is the answer. Clear? Jyoti ma'am, have you got, Indu, have you got why your answers are going wrong? Pranab, have you got why your answers are going wrong whenever I'm asking you about the reference point questions? Have you understood why? Have you understood why? Tell me now. Tell me fast. One more question I'll ask you, and let's check whether your concepts are clear or not again. Okay? Because this is very much important exam point of view. What I have told you, now the reference point has changed. Whichever the reference point is, draw the diagram on it. So as per the question, our reference point was B. So I have drawn the diagram on B. Okay, where the person is standing right now. For example, this is the person. He's standing somewhere here. So connect these 2 points. This middle of the diagram and the person. So after connecting it, we can clearly see the person is lying somewhere between the south and the east direction. So answer for this question will be southeast. Clear? 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 Yes, I want now you guys to answer this question. Tell me, this is the starting point, point number A. This is point number B. Okay, no problem, we'll move to the shadow concept in the next lecture, but all the concepts should be clear here itself in today's class. Okay, this is point number C for example, and this is point number D. Okay, let us consider this to be point number D. Okay, so tell me, if we started the journey from point A to point B to point C, and point C to point D. Okay, this is our journey. How we have started from point A, this is the starting point which I have denoted as SP, and D is the end point. For example, now currently Radhika is standing here. She's in the current position over here. Okay, so tell me in which direction she is facing currently right now. Answer me the question. I have not given you any reference point. Just tell me in which direction she is facing. Simple question is, in which direction she is facing right now. Okay, tell me the answer. So, what I have asked you, in which direction Radhika is facing. Point number 1 to be noted. I have simply asked you in which direction she is facing. Do I have asked you, or do I have told you that there is any kind of reference point? No. So simply what I will do, she's facing somewhere here, ma'am. We don't know, she's facing somewhere here. So we'll draw the diagram over here, and we'll understand that Radhika is facing in east direction. Why in east direction? Because she's facing in this direction, right? So she's facing in east direction. So answer for this will be east. Again it is wrong. Indu, again you are doing wrong. Not facing is wrong answer. I'm asking you that Radhika is facing somewhere over here. Please try to understand. Don't do these things. Okay, you're actually ignoring to the highlighting points whichever I'm telling you. Okay, for example, we are moving from A to B. Very simple. Yeah, try to understand it. Okay, B to C. Okay, no problem. I'll explain you once again. But you have to clear all the concept in today's class only, because this is very much important exam point of view. Okay, we are moving from B to C, then from C to D. A is our starting point and B was our end point. I have asked you in which direction. Now tell me, now currently tell me in which direction is Radhika facing. Radhika is facing, I have asked you just Radhika is facing in which direction. Have I given you any reference point? No. Whenever I have not given you reference point, just focus where she is right now. She is somewhere here, ma'am. Okay, she's somewhere over here. So draw the diagram over here only when the reference point is not mentioned. So this is the north direction, this is the west direction, this is east, and this is the south direction, and Radhika is over here. Radhika is over here. Okay, I'll highlight her so that you will be able to understand. This is Radhika. This is Radhika. Exactly on her I have drawn the diagram. So she is facing now in the north direction. She is facing upwards. Why? Because she went upwards, right? So she went in the north direction. Point number 1 cleared. She was facing in the north. But now the answer will be changed. Very good. Now the answers are correct. Now the answers are correct. Okay, this is only about facing. Now let me tell you, if we consider B as the reference point, and want to find the end point direction, end point is in which direction? It means we know Radhika is here. Okay, we know that Radhika is over here. Okay, now I am considering, or now I have to find the direction of Radhika, but the reference point is B with respect to B as the reference point. So what I'll do, I'll draw the reference diagram on B, not on Radhika. Why? Because B is the reference point. Hence, this is the north direction, this is east direction, this is west, and this is south. So where is Radhika lying? If we consider B as the reference point, Radhika is lying somewhere between north and the east direction. She's lying between north and east. She's lying between north and east. Hence, the answer will be northeast direction. Clear? Are these two questions clear? These are very important questions, okay? If still it is not clear, I would like to tell you that please do watch this particular lecture once, twice, thrice, but do watch it. Jyoti, is it not clear? You can ask me again. Type, yes ma'am, do repeat it. I'll repeat it again, okay? But you have to understand that there is a difference between two questions. Question is, in which direction is Radhika facing? And in which direction Radhika is facing with respect to some reference point. They can give you A as the reference point, they can give you B as the reference point, or C as the reference point. Yes, they can give you any point as the reference point. Is it crystal clear or should I repeat it again? Let me know in the comment section fast. Yes. I'll take some time. You can comment in the comment section whatever your doubts are. We'll clear it right now in the lecture. Okay, we'll do one thing. We'll make a dedicated video based upon the questions and as well as the previous year questions asked in our examination, previous year question papers, okay? So you'll be able to solve the questions as well as the PYQs. I'll make sure that you'll be able to solve all the questions from that particular lecture, okay? Is it clear now? Is it clear, Jyoti? Is it clear? You did type nope, so I'm not able to understand whether you're cleared or not. You can let me know in the comment section. Yes, I would like to tell you that if still the doubts are pending, then you can just rewatch the video, or simply you do attend tomorrow's lecture. What we'll do, one thing is, we'll take questions based on this type, 4 to 5 questions based on these two types in tomorrow's lecture, and the live will be again at 6, okay? Due to some issue, I was a little bit late by 10 minutes because on my side there was a huge rainfall, so I was not able to go live on sharp at 6, okay?